Hey folks, Sylvia's here, back on DDO. Let me do this real quick and then we'll get into it. Alright, so I said, generally speaking, I was going to do like 2 videos at the Catacombs and then branch off and do something else. I might do one more minor branch off before completing the Catacombs entirely. But right now, what I want to do is finish the Catacombs as fast as humanly possible. That looks like lag. That was lag. Zesty. The reason why I want to get the Catacombs done as fast as possible is because actually what I want to do is another quest line that incidentally is going to involve undead also. Here we are. And I do not want to have 2 running quest lines at once. This is an extreme challenge dungeon. It contains extreme difficulty monsters or puzzles. To be honest, I did not know that. This dungeon is an extreme challenge. It's recommended for player groups who have easily defeated the other dungeons of the same CR rating already. The CR rating is displayed on the Select Adventure panel where you interact with the dungeon. If you're having trouble in this dungeon, remember you can buy extra supplies in the DDO store. Anyway, yeah, I don't want 2 quest lines running simultaneously. Especially if said quest lines involve undead. Alright, so we're entering the Crypt of Gerard, Dryden. Find the Dryden family's treasure.
The unearthly cries of the undead fill the tomb. The Drydens have woken from their long rest and hunger for slaughter.
Sounds like a great family. Sounds a lot like my family. And my family doesn't even have the excuse of being undead. Anyways.
The sapphire gate is shut. You will have to find a way to trace it.
That skeleton seemed abnormally large. Was it just me? I mean, like, he seemed abnormally large. Did he not?
A plaque on the floor reads, Barn Dryden, first in the line in the tomb.
Should probably have my happy hireling summon her spider. But it was sort of annoying, so I'm not going to. I want to break as many of these sarcophagi myself, that way I can get the ransack bonus. Crap's important to me. Also, breaking these sometimes summons undead, as you can see. Which helps me with my aggression bonuses, too. This quest is actually pretty long. I don't think it has all that great loot in it, as far as I remember. This particular mission of the quest line, I should say.
You hear a clatter from the hallway. The sapphire gate.
See, I don't think it has anything super valuable in it, really. Largely a disappointing quest, I suppose. The Find the Dryden family treasury, I believe, requires a rogue to unlock it, so I'm not going to be able to do that. Which is both annoying because I'm not going to be able to get the treasure, and also annoying because that's an optional, so it will give EXP. Oh, look, a ghoul. Oh, look, my hireling took care of that nice. Must break everything. Oh my god. Well, it's a Dryden ancestor. Ooh, look, a champion. But just a lame skeleton champion. There we go, you're dead. Skeleton. By the way, sometimes when you do this quest with other players, like, if any of the players are...
3 sunstones are mounted above the gates to Gerard Dryden's tomb. The shadows within the tomb shift disturbingly.
Right. If there's anybody that's fast in your party, sometimes monks, sometimes barbarians.
You hear scratching sounds from the central crypt, like ragged nails against stone.
It doesn't happen too often, and it doesn't like, not all quests allow it to happen in the first place, but sometimes you'll get a situation where somebody in your party will sprint through this dungeon and hit all of the things open, so that way everybody else can't progress. DDO has a pretty, like, mature, not little kid player base, for the most part. So those kinds of things are pretty rare, just in the first place. A door I can't open. Look at that. Potion of Wonder. So yeah, like I said, those kind of things don't happen all that often in the first place. And on top of that, the number of quests where a player can, like, intentionally screw things up are also not all that common. So you don't have to worry about that too much, but... Wow, that was a lot of undead. This is one of the quests that you can have that problem pop up in. But, like I said, it happens very rarely. The Hireling is kill stealing from me, and it's kind of annoying. So look how much key I have now. Kill stealing.
The Emerald Gate is shut. You will have to find a way to raise it.
Get my treasure bag. So yeah, you're basically just running this entire loop.
A plaque.
That was a nice heal. Fortunately, I'm poisoned, which is slightly less cool. Embrace the shadows! The duality shall reign! Your blood will taste sweet. You are a skeleton, my friend. You have no tongue. I like that so far, all but one of the champions has been a useless, just regular undead. Not one of the, like, skeleton swordsmen. Not one of the Dryden ancestors, just junk all around. Oh, really? I thought that would break those. Lame. There we go. You know, I forgot to check that mail from earlier. Ooh, gloves of protection +2. Not bad. Look, another champion, just regular skeleton. They get no luck. Alright, and I want my treasure bags. And my gloves of protection +2. Wee-hee!
Hear a clatter from the hallway. The Emerald Gate is open.
What do we got here? 57 things broken, 75 monsters killed so far. Still got a while to go. Die. Thank you. Kill the archer. Dryden ancestor. The Dryden ancestors are by far some of the strongest enemies you'll encounter in this place, just so you know. So if you can easily kill the ancestors, you're basically golden. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. Keep killing them all. Defend the tomb, protect the ancestors, Iron Defenders. Another
scratching sound grows louder, then turns into inside a sarcophagus wants out.
Alright, something wants out of its sarcophagi. To be honest, if I was in a sarcophagi, I would want out too. So I can't really blame him, even if he is an undead abomination. Bam. I think... I can't remember. It don't matter. Again, it's kind of awesome that this quest is filled with skeletons, because as a light monk, skeletons are one of my favorite enemies to fight. Zombies get damage reduction versus my bludgeoning attacks at this early stage, so there we go, there's a champion and something good. Although it died before it got a chance to do anything. Whoops, I did not mean to stun him. That was not the right hotkey. That little green thing that pops up on him, I just want to read what it says here real quick. That's a lot of text. You perform a melee attack that is an anathema. I don't even know. To tainted creatures that increase their physical damage vulnerability by 10% and reduce their fortification by 25%. A successful will save negates this effect. DC, yeah. The ability only functions on aberrations, extraplanar creatures that are not classified as lawful outsiders, and undead. Creatures that are both extraplanar and either aberrations or undead receive double this effect. On critical hits, a tainted target will be locked in a Tome of Jade on a failed will save. Basically, it makes them take 10% more damage and reduces their fortification by 25%. My fortification is currently 80, which means whenever I get critically hit, there's an 80% chance that I don't get critically hit. Or whenever I get sneak attacked by a rogue, there is a 25% or an 80% chance that I don't get critically hit. Fortification.
The floor reads, "This sanctum in memory of Dryden, prioress, whose body was lost at sea."
I'm too far away.
You hear a clatter from the hallway. The topaz gate is raised.
How did he get injured? I guess my hireling shot him. Skeleton Exterminator. Bonus EXP. Yeah, so anyway, fortification can be over 100. Nothing over 100 has an effect, like a tangible effect, but, you know, if I had 125% reduction and then I was hit with that effect, it would just reduce me to, you know, 100, and I would still have 100% fortification. I don't think undead have fortification, they're just immune to critical hits. That's the second time I've cast the wrong spell. Or hit the wrong hotkey. I'm in tibia mental state right now. Bam. You're dead. What about you? Nobody? And to my left I have another door that I can't open. Bam. Just die. Just die. Huh. Didn't realize I had triggered that. Boop, 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 boop. Anyway, that, thing I was talking about that, like, gives them physical resistance, it's mostly useful on normal enemies for the chance to entomb them in Jade, which only happens on a natural 20. However, for bosses and sub-bosses, it's actually pretty useful if you used it at the beginning of the fight. Like most things that are debuffs, because it is a debuff. And it is a pretty solid debuff.
The gate is shut. You will have to find a way to raise it.
Not ransack or the other thing yet. Getting a little bit more beat up than I would like to right now. There we go. I'm just gonna break them all open and then fight them. Well, that was the plan, but then I kinda got stuck. Yeah! Can never have too many enemies. Ah, do you see that there for a second? He was encased in Jade Tome. That's what that effect does. Stupid archers. Stupid archers. How many more of there are you? Alright, I think that's all of them. Yeah, that's all. Now we loot. So much loot. Ooh, some moss. Moss. Alright. I got aggression.
Clatter from the hallway. The amethyst gate is raised.
Still don't have the broken up things yet, though. Ooh, nice. That's a nice thing to pop out of a box. Ugh, that spell. Do. By the way, unlike normal D&D, most of the time there's no friendly fire.
From Gerard's tomb, you hear the sound of gnawing teeth and jiggling laughter.
God, I tried to Stunning Fist him again. I keep shooting Stunning Fist when I mean to do Smite Tainted. Which is unfortunate because Stunning Fist doesn't actually work on these guys in the first place. Undead can't be stunned under normal circumstances. Alright. If you would kindly die. And you also. Bam. Bam, bam, bam. Thank you. Thank you. Come again. Alright, can I open this? Whoops. I was already opening it. Key to the inner crypts. Yep. And now I get to make the loop basically again. Break them all open, then fight them. There we go. There we are. Alright, does that open up this door? That opened up that door.
A plaque upon the floor reads, "Answer the Dryden, sword of the light."
Yeah, now we get to go make that loop again, and this time fight the interior ones. Flurry, light wooden shield of bashing. That is a very offensive sounding shield. And so much crap. So much crap. There's my hireling just hanging out. Potion of Lesser Restoration. Those are actually not always a terrible thing to not have, just for the record. Not all hirelings are capable of casting the restoration spells. So if you get like poisoned and your, strength gets reduced or something like that, it can be an issue. By the way, I forget exactly how the rules work in this, but in actual D&D, if your Constitution gets reduced to 0, well, actually, okay, so having any of your scores reduced to 0 is a disaster in normal D&D. Like, Strength means you're paralyzed, Dex means I think you're paralyzed also. Constitution being reduced to 0 just means you're dead. And then Wisdom, Charisma, and...
From the direction of Gerard's tomb.
Yeah. Wrong way. I want to go this way. Wisdom, Charisma, and Intelligence all mean that you're, like, comatose, essentially. In this, I don't know if your skills can be reduced to 0 in the first place. I'm not 100% certain what the ill effect is at the moment. I think you become, like, helpless or something like that. The important part, though, is...
A plaque upon the floor reads, "Herein lies Lambrick Dryden, defender of the faith."
Very few skeletons. It was rare to run into them here. I'm sorry, zombies. Zombies, I meant to say. Anyway, in this game, having your Constitution reduced to 0 does not just kill you. And I'm pretty sure that you don't get paralyzed either. So even if your other stats get reduced to 0, you're not, like, just trapped in one spot. You can still move with your party. But I think you are unable to attack if your stats get hit to 0. But I'm not 100% certain. It doesn't happen all that often under most circumstances. Maybe I'll test it at some point. I'm sure there's a quest somewhere that gives, like, a poison field or something like that that I can keep spraying myself down with. And that sounded kind of creepy, now that I think about it, the way I worded that. Whatever. But for real, how many more of these do I need to break? Get my barrel, get my treasure bag, funerary token. Alright. Mischief and Onslaught. So we're getting there.
Hear a click from the direction of Gerard's tomb.
This way, I think. Yeah, I think. Oh, God. Yeah, this is why this quest is sort of annoying. Just for the record. Yeah, I can't get through that one. Which one did I miss? Oh, I guess the one right up here. I will take my 371 copper pieces. I do not leave my copper pieces behind, people. Doo-doo.
A plaque On the floor reads, Pascal Dryden, Marshal, the militant coach, High Paladin,
And once again, I accidentally tried to stun one of the undead again. I really gotta stop doing that. It's kind of annoying. There we go. How many more of these do I need to destroy? This is getting kind of annoying. This quest, yeah, this quest is known for taking an exceptionally long period of time. It's actually one of the, like... For anybody who decides not to run the Catacombs quest, this is the reason why. And, like, as you can see, so far, I've encountered one treasure chest behind a door that I can't open because I'm not a rogue. And then no additional treasure chests. So there's also that problem with this quest. Soundproof Helm of Wizardry 1. Destroy those. Kill those. Or re-kill those. Oh, Necromantic Gem. Nice. Conquest bonus. Nice.
Metal, the sunstone gates closing Gerard's tomb grind open.
I don't need to kill everything anymore. But I still want to break the things. Right turn. Alright, now we can go kill the boss dude. But before I kill the dude...
Gerard, Doom Vision,
I want to break all these things. Maybe I can get better than just the mischief bonus. Or maybe I can summon 1,000 additional monsters. Actually, wait, no. Summoning monsters was what I wanted to do, not kill the boss. Kill the enemies! Here's more enemies! Nice. Yeah, we're leaving the boss until the end, hoping. Oh, okay. I didn't actually... Alright. I was afraid the quest would end. Who's shooting at me? Him. Yeah, I was afraid the quest was gonna end when we killed him, but no, there's still a miscellaneous task to accomplish here. Okay. Treasure bag. Cure late wounds. Treasure bag. Treasure chest. Probably got nothing amazing in it, would be my guess. Poison heavy pick of rapid strikes. That's not completely terrible, but I mean, like I said, that quest was really long, involved a lot of fighting. And didn't give good loot. Carved into the face of this tablet are two stylized images. On the left is a great towering flame, on the right a massive whirlpool. Between the two is an inscription. Read the inscription. Strength I take from the silver flame, hunger too in the devourer's name. Grant me control of the living and the dead. Let the bones of the faithful be my bread. Alright, and now we finish out, because I can't do anything else here. Pretty sure my hireling expired. Yeah, I gotta go get myself a new hireling. That's kind of annoying. Long recall. Oh, snap. Alright. Flower has left my party. Let me go turn in our reward, or our quest mission info, whatever, status report to the Archbishop. Hi, Mr. Level 7. Mr. Level 7. I don't know if going in on Elite affects the rewards that he gives you, but better safe than sorry.
Bishop Dryden waits to speak with you at the top of his dais.
You've seen the inscription. Such valuable information deserves payment. Take something from my hoard, and then we'll discuss what you learned. Hand wraps of Slow Burst. For level 2. Flaming hand wraps for level 2. Poison hand wraps for level 2. Thundering hand wraps. Junk. Junk. I'll probably be taking that quarterstaff, I think. Yep. I'll be taking that quarterstaff. Now, what did the inscription say? Over living and dead. Could it be? Could Margaret have risen the dead and is now she who controls them? Let the bones of the faithful be my bread. Years ago, my uncle was caught at the grave of Bishop Emilo, grinding the bones and eating them. Well, that's not weird at all. If Marguerite is following his example, then she'll be at the Patriarch's Crypt, accessible only by going through the lower cathedral. If she's already there, then you will need to purify the altars in the cathedral, or the way to the crypt will not open. I'll find a way in and stop her. Alright, folks. That was some DDO. Once I get out of here, I'll log out and finish things up. Meanwhile, I'll be saying this in all of my videos for the time being, but let me do this real quick. Like, favorite, comment, subscribe, check me out on Patreon, Twitter, and Facebook. The other thing I want to say real quick, though, is there's a decent amount of like formatting, especially the DDO videos, because I need to set the annotations up for the buttons both times and stuff like that. There's a decent amount of formatting and whatnot that goes up on getting my videos up on YouTube and whatnot. So what I'm doing now, though, is I'm posting them on my Patreon account the second they go up on YouTube before I do any of the editing and all that other stuff that is involved. So you can get them without my little buttons and without the tag set up if you go to my Patreon account. You can get them like early access. Sometimes that means as much as a day in advance or something along those lines. Alright, folks, with that said, I will see you later.